much. Senator Heinrich?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Administrator Ruby, as I know you're aware, yesterday the Cerro Pelado fire was finally over 70% contained, a real dramatic improvement from a couple weeks ago when, given wind conditions, we were all concerned about a run towards Los Alamos. Can you talk to me about the ongoing efforts between NNSA, the county, the Forest Service, and the Park Service to just coordinate efforts and make sure that we have the maximum defensible space for the lab?
Yeah, Senator Heinrich, thank you for that question. We have paid close attention and continue to pay close attention to the fire around Los Alamos. I'm happy to say over the last 3 or 4 years, Los Alamos has done a terrific job of clearing fuel from around and on the laboratory property. And as a result of this fire, actually lent the machines to help clear fuels to the Forest Service and other areas that would provide even a greater barricade to the fire taking hold at Los Alamos.
Yeah, I noticed, I was there on Friday and noticed a lot of work being done sort of in the moment. And I think that to the extent that we can make sure that we have those treatments done well before we have a acute event, and that means also coordinating with other agencies to make sure that those interagency boundaries are treated. As you know, we're in the middle of trying to resolve differences now between the House and passed the House and Senate passed competitiveness bills, competes or USICA or whatever we decide to call them. But the competes bill includes the Restore and Modernize Our National Labs Act, which authorized just a little over $30 billion for infrastructure in the labs. Talk to me about why that's important, what the infrastructure needs are, and why we need to keep that in the legislation as we go through conference, what it'll actually mean for American competitiveness and the lab specifically.
Thank you, Senator Heinrich, for that question. We, as already been said at this hearing, that we are spending a lot of money on revitalizing our production capabilities, and we don't want to make the mistake that we made before where we paid a lot of attention to the labs and we didn't pay attention to production. We, in fact, want a balanced program, but it's hard to do that within the constraints of the budget that we have today. So this bill that you're talking about would provide us the ability to actually reinvest in the laboratory science capabilities for our NNSA programs. And there are many things that we need to do and want to do. We're currently working hard at the Nevada National Security Site to build new capabilities for subcritical experiments, but we know we need reinvestment in our inertial confinement fusion programs. We know we need investments in combined radiation experiments at Sandia, and so such a bill would be tremendously beneficial to keep our R&D programs second to none.
I have heard concerns from the labs regarding the FY23 requests in inertial confinement fusion as well as supercomputing and subcritical experiments. Are you concerned with the budget levels in any of those areas and the potential impact on the ability of the lab to fulfill any of its basic missions in those areas?
The answer is yes. This is something that Marv and I talk a lot about, how we create room for investment in science given all the deliverables. At the same time, we think the budget is adequate to do what we have to do, the main deliverables in 23, but we have to make sure that we have a long-term stable plan, and it's a lot easier to invest now than it will be after we get past the point that investment can help. And I don't know if Dr. Adams wants to say anything.
Mike?
Very quickly, I'll add that
We are looking to develop a long-term plan for the ICF capabilities that will involve judicious reinvestments in existing facilities to upgrade them. It involves maintaining them so that they can continue to deliver for stockpile stewardship. But in the longer term, some of these facilities need to be replaced. And developing that long-term strategy is where we're focusing right now. At that point, then we'll know how and where to invest.
Thank you.